What's good, y'all? Back with another video. Got a reaction video today. Shonen Showdown. I know y'all like his videos. It's the Hot Takes of Anime TikTok Part 13. It's out of order. I know I've been doing them out of order. I know. I'm sorry, but it's gonna continue like that. Shout out to him for hitting 100K. First of all, let's give him a round of applause. Hope I can't wait till we get like that. When THT hit 100K, man, that's gonna be, But yeah, bro, it's just nice to see black creators like achieve new things and going bigger and better things, whether it's Shonen Showdown or like AMP or whoever it is. It's just nice to see black content creators just strive for greatness, and hopefully I can get to where they are in the near future, but I know it takes time. So with that, putting that to the side, let's just watch this video and yeah, let's get to it.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Rob here from Shonen Showdown. Today we are doing Hot Takes of Anime TikTok Part 13. Let's do it.
So bro was asking why anime content creators don't talk about anime outside of shonen.
And listen, so it's simple. As content creators, we tailor our content around what everybody talks about and what everybody watches. And what everybody watches is shonen.
Listen,
Yeah.
A lot of us anime fans, especially in the West, grew up with shonen. So obviously, shonen is the biggest genre of anime right now, and it probably will be for a very long time. But that does not mean there aren't other genres of anime out there that are very, very fire. For
Facts. Hold on, let me finish.
me, I love my comedy anime. Just to give you guys a few that I love.
Yeah.
I love Bimbo Gamiga. I love Grand Blue, Prison School. When it comes to slice of life, I love Real Life. Even though shonen anime is my all-time.
Grand Blue is hilarious. If you watch my anime recommendation video, you know that I recommended that to y'all. It was in the thumbnail too. Grand Blue is hilarious, bro. Grand Blue is like right after Gintama, like the funniest anime I've ever watched, bro. And Prison School is hilarious too, bro. If you know, you know. I like slice of life too. I like all genres except for like the weird ones. But like slice of life, I love slice of life. I like all genres, but shonen just it's immersive with the powers and all of that stuff, the fight scenes. It's just different. And like the big three is shonen, and that's what everybody like gravitated towards, which is why they are the big three. So like I can understand why people still talk about shonen, because they are the most popular things that anime people talk about.
My favorite, it will always have a special place in my heart. You guys should also venture out and watch different genres of anime, because there's some fire out there.
Don't get me wrong, I would love to talk about Ouran Host Club. I would love to talk about Nichijou. I would like to talk about a lot of My Dress Up Darling, but
I ain't watched that one either.
Talks about shonen, and shonen sales. So I mean,
Absolutely.
That's what we gotta talk about.
But I just want to make one thing clear. I have no problems talking about shonen. Listen, my favorite anime of all time happens to be a shonen, so I'm good on this side. Let's keep going.
Me too.
I don't think the anime community hate me in one video.
All right, hold on. I say pick 4 main characters got to go. I am going with Kaneki just because I haven't seen Tokyo Ghoul. Natsu because I haven't seen Fairy Tail. I'm getting rid of Saitama because he's literally just like, actually, I'm not answering the rest of that.
Run through it. So pick 4 characters that gotta go. And just to be clear, these aren't in rows, this is just in general.
Okay.
So
Alright, so 4 characters that have to go. This is tough.
right off the bat, the first one to go for me is Gon. I am being 100% honest when I say this. I
don't know about that. I do not know about that. Gon being the first one? Gon? You didn't even... Nah.
Gon is the
tough.
first one.
That's tough for me.
Nah, just playing.
stand Gon. I find Gon annoying, and I don't like Gon as a character.
Okay.
Mad at me for saying that, I don't care. The second
Opinion.
one's really easy too, because after Gon, I'm getting rid of Kaneki. If anyone wants to know why, it's because...
Absolutely. Kaneki will actually be my first pick here, because even though I love the beginning portions of Tokyo Ghoul, Kaneki doesn't really do it for me when we're looking at some of the other anime protagonists that are here on this chart. Now, we can speak on the character development side of Kaneki. When it comes to character development, he has a solid case against protagonists like Saitama and Goku. But other than that, Kaneki didn't really grab me like the rest of the anime protagonists here.
I think Tokyo Ghoul sucks. Specifically the anime. I think the manga's great. The only good part of Tokyo Ghoul's anime was season 1. After Kaneki, it's going to be Saitama, because Saitama as a character is kind of mid. And I know a lot of people are going to get mad at me for saying that, especially with the characters.
But that's his point, though. Like, he's not supposed to have
I don't really care. It's called an opinion. Get over it. And the last one I'm going to pick is Jotaro, because even though Jotaro is my favorite Joestar, almost every other character here is better than Jotaro is.
That was blasphemous. You do not disrespect Jotaro, who happens to be one of the most popular JoJos of all time. Are you kidding me? If we look back at the chart, y'all, there's definitely people I would take before Jotaro, and Deku would happen to be one of them. He also picked Gon, which does not sit right with me. It was just all over the place. Honestly, if it's up to me, I'm going with Saitama, Kaneki, Deku, and Natsu. I believe those anime protagonists do not deliver on the level of the rest on this chart. Doesn't mean they're trash. I just have the other ones at a...
Sorry to cut him off. Comment down below, who's your favorite JoJo? Mine's personally is Joseph. Jotaro is nice, but actually, yeah, Joseph is my number one, and I would say right after him is Josuke. So comment down who your favorite JoJo is. I still gotta watch 5 and 6, so my opinion might change. But, you know, let me know who y'all favorite JoJo's is.
Higher tier.
How many Hall of Fame fights do you see here?
All right, this is tough. Obviously, I was expecting to see the Rock Lee versus Gaara pulled up here. The Rengoku versus Akaza fight making it here is kind of wild because it's fresh. It's very, very new, but
it is fresh, but later down the line, it will be. It will be. I promise that it will be.
I understand it though. Animation-wise, it deserves to be in the conversation. Let's see who he picks though. Let's see what's going on.
Now, honestly, a majority of these fights are Hall of Fame fights. For starters, we have to have Goku versus Jiren, whether you like it or not. It was the first fight in anime to actually be able to break the internet. That alone is more than enough to place it in the Hall of Fame of anime fights.
True.
I'm not mad at that. I am not mad at that. The power of Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, us getting to see that for the first time, was insane. You have Vegeta betting all his chips on Goku. You're having Beerus, everybody betting all their chips on Goku, seeing that Goku is achieving a power level so high that even the gods of destruction are watching in awe. This is what Goku was able to accomplish, so that definitely is a Hall of Fame fight.
Goku versus Akaza doesn't really deserve a spot. I forgot to go over Rock Lee versus Gaara, but that fight was amazing, and it is a very iconic fight, but it's just not in the Hall of Fame for me. David Kakashi
that's
versus
interesting.
Obito, it was an amazing fight. It had a lot of meaning. I just wouldn't place it in the Hall of Fame of fights. Ichigo versus Ukiura has to be in there. That fight is extremely iconic, and it had a huge build-up, and it turned out amazingly. Naruto and Sasuke, easily in the Hall of Fame of fights too. Not only is it like the most viewed anime fight on YouTube, I can't think of one person that didn't like this fight.
Yeah, Naruto versus Sasuke, absolutely.
Tough.
That's up there with the Goku and Vegeta,
Part
which
1
I'm
and
shocked
Part 2.
is not here. I just want to point that out. Goku versus Vegeta not being here is wild, but I respect the Naruto versus Sasuke. He obviously did not
Both
go
fights.
Kakashi versus Obito, even though that was a well-written fight. Naruto versus Sasuke just honestly hit different for everybody else.
First time we saw Naruto and Sasuke actually fight during Boruto and after the events of Naruto Shippuden, which is why this fight was so special. And the entire bottom row is also Hall of Fame fights. All three of those fights are just extremely iconic and all deserve a spot in the Anime Hall of Fame for fights.
With those last three fights, I completely agree. Every single fight was iconic, super.
Yeah, Luffy versus Lucci, bro. When that whole arc was so clean, bro. And then Luffy did the new gear. I think it was gear 3 or 2. 3 or 2. It was 3. It was 3. Gear 3. And he got the big hand when he blew up the thing. Yo, that was fire, bro. That whole arc was heat. I gotta start watching back One Piece, bro. I gotta get back into it.
Popular. The only one I disagree with possibly is that he did not go with Rock Lee versus Gaara. But
Facts.
that's also up there with the most popular anime fights of all time.
Literally.
Rock Lee dropping the weights before fighting Gaara is insane. That has to be one of the most iconic Naruto moments of all time. So to not even include the Rock Lee versus Gaara
That was one
fight,
of the best fights in the
I think
tournament.
that's kind of tough. Either way, I agree with the entire bottom row.
Damn Celestials think I'm gonna take every single one of their orders. I don't know who I am. Yo,
Hello? Run.
What?
Run. Far and
Who's
fast.
this? What are you talking about?
Bro, I'm in the Marines and you may be the fleet admiral and all,
He
but
from
I'm
New
telling
York.
your ass to run.
Why would I
Not
need to
gonna
run?
believe this, but Straw Hat Luffy? Yeah, that boy done beat Kaido, bro. And you know your ass is on his list, so you best
What
run.
if he beat Kaido? That don't mean I gotta run.
What the bro, I don't think you understand. He beat Kaido. King of the Beast Kaido. One-on-one bet on him, Kaido. That's Kaido, bro. And he ain't just do this out of spite. He did this for strangers he met 2 weeks ago just because they fed him food. Alright? Just because strangers fed him food, he put it in his heart and soul to beat the strongest creature alive. Alright? And you killed his brother in his face. What the you think he
Put
about
a
to do
hole
you?
in his
Pack
chest.
your bags and run. You're not about that life.
Listen, I cannot wait for the moment that Luffy gets his chance to box with Akainu. Just 1v1. I would love to see that. Obviously, Akainu's the one that took down Ace right in front of Luffy's face, right in front of his eyes. He just watched Ace die.
I ain't got
right
that
before
yet,
him
but I
because
know
of
what
Akainu,
happened.
So I already know that Luffy's gonna.
When you freshen your breath with Scope, you enter the irresistible Scope Zone. Irresistibly fresh breath.
New Goldfish Megabytes, the bigger, bolder, cheesier Goldfish reboot.
Turn up the first time he gets to fight Akainu 1v1.
3 teams, 3 characters.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All One Piece. Let's get started.
Kuma?
Okay, Kuma. Paw Fruit, Melios.
Haven't got there yet.
Kuma's Devil Fruit is one of the most slept on devil fruits in One Piece. Oh,
Really?
so
I heard he was a
crazy.
dog.
A revolutionary.
Yeah, really?
alongside
Already?
The second hand or the right hand to the Pirate King. The third and final person for Team 1 is
Ben Beckman.
Beckman.
Hey, if y'all watch Shonen Showdown, bro, that nigga Rob be on Ben Beckman dick, bro. It'd be so funny too, bro, because if I was where they were in One Piece, bro, it would be even more funny. But every time they bring up Shanks' crew, this nigga bring up Big Beckman every time, bro. That should be so funny, bro.
Whoa. The moon to Shanks.
Tough team. Team 1 is
That's
tough.
what I'm talking about. Oh,
Sanji.
Sanji on Team 2.
Okay.
We already know Sanji is basically
If we're
untouchable.
talking manga now, Sanji's
This
in the
man
conversation.
can recover from anything. And his observation hockey is cracked now. I don't know if y'all seen the last chapter, but oof. And character 2 for Team 2 is, because Team 1 is already looking
Jinbei.
Ooh,
Okay.
first son of the king, Martin Luther King Jr. Jinbei, first son of the sea. Yes, sir.
That's my
The
boy.
final character for Team 2 is
Oh, Film Red. Film Red.
When is it coming
That's
out?
what I say about that. Film Red.
Team 3.
Mihawk,
Yeah, Team 3. That's what I'm talking about.
Zoro.
Ooh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Team 3. That's what I like to see. Show them what's up. Oh.
I don't even know. Hold on.
Wait, why did he just sound just like that, man? First of all, Crocodile got the best laugh on One Piece, but why did he just sound just like him? It's actually
I'm not even listen. The Crocodile voice, that was hard, but
It was,
Team
it
1, Team 2, or
was.
Team 3, who are we taking? Like I said, for Team 2, that's Film Red. So I don't even know if I would really go with them necessarily, but I have my reasons on why I believe Shanks is really, really powerful. I just have to watch it be confirmed. Film Red. Then we can look at Team 1, Rayleigh and a Ben Beckman, y'all. With Kuma Milirock, oh man. Honestly, Team 3 has Mihawk plus Zoro. You know what? I think I might have to go with Team 1 or maybe Team 2, but that's just Film Red. But I believe that Team 1 is just the most well-rounded. You have a Rayleigh, obviously sailed the seas with Roger, has incredible conquers hockey, he has all forms of hockey. And then you have Ben Beckman, who happens to be Shanks' right-hand man. He is what Zoro is to Luffy. He is what Rayleigh is to Roger. Ben Beckman is that guy. Stopped Kizaru for a moment in the Marineford War, so we have to give him credit where credit is due. And then you have Kuma, who can just knock people far away if they don't have the hockey to contend. Now, when we look at the rest of the chart, there are some people that Kuma would be able to melee rock. Specifically, that would be a Crocodile in Team 3. We have not seen Crocodile putting in work in the New World, but if he got much stronger
like
in the New
Crocodile.
World, I'll retract this statement. But as far as I'm concerned, I think that Kuma in his prime, because you see the all prime note right here, in his prime, I believe that Kuma can Millie Rock Crocodile, send him flying. He's not worried about that at all. Now, Zoro is obviously looking crazy in Wano right now. Mihawk is the world's greatest swordsman by the title. We have to see Film Red. Yeah, I mean, I'm going with Team 1, y'all. I'm going with Team 1. And until I see some feats from Shanks to really confirm my theories on Shanks' power, I'm gonna leave Team 2 off. And then I would love to see Mihawk go all out as well. I would love to see that. Now, we saw Mihawk go against Flower Blade Viso. We seen him send an attack towards Whitebeard's direction, but Diamond Jozu was able to send that up in the air. So Mihawk, we haven't seen him go all the way out, but I would love to see it. Shanks, we gotta see. But right now, most well-rounded team here is Team 1, hands down.
Who's winning this race? We got Guy Sensei, Koro Sensei,
Guy
Killua,
Sensei,
and Yoruichi.
Okay.
Think about this now.
Or Yoruichi.
The answer isn't as easy as you think. Choose.
This is very, very tough. When it comes to Godspeed Killua, we have to remember this is reaction speed we're talking about. Killua's reaction speed is what really makes Godspeed lethal to opponents, but his travel speed is not really messing with a lot of the people here, so I'm gonna leave Killua off. Now, Yoruichi, obviously her speed is unreal. Even Urahara acknowledges Yoruichi's flash depth, the speed, so we have to also mention that. Now, I know a lot of people are looking at Koro Sensei, they're talking about Mach 20 speeds and everything like that. Koro Sensei is very, very fast, but he also has a type of reaction speed like a Killua. He can travel very far as well, so honestly, Koro Sensei might be in the convo, but then you have 8 Gates, my guy, y'all. 8 Gates, my guy, was literally bending space and time while boxing against Ten Tails Madara. I mean, this is how ridiculous my guy was. If I had to choose, I'm probably gonna go with 8 Gates, my guy. Yoruichi is very, very close as well. But when I see what an 8 Gates my guy was able to accomplish against a Ten Tails Madara, it makes me question, can the rest of these 3 really compete in terms of speed with Madara in that form? That is the question. Now, if we're looking at a Yoruichi, she would be the closest option. The rest, good riddance. So I'm definitely gonna go with 8 Gates, my guy.
Alright, you got characters who are gifted and characters who are hardworking.
Alright, so let's just take a look real fast. At hard work, we have Zoro, Asta, and Thorfinn. I can understand that completely. Obviously, we know that Zoro works very, very hard. We always see him training on 1000 Sunny and even on the Going Merry. Then you have Asta, who literally had anti-magic. Everyone looked down on him, did not have anything crazy going for him, and still found a way to become one of the most useful wizards in the Clover Kingdom. Now everyone's depending on Asta's anti-magic, his arcane abilities, because he's insane. And Thorfinn, I mean, his story really speaks for itself. I mean, there's not really much I have to say about Thorfinn when it comes to hard work. Now, when we're going to the gifted side of things, I mean, Naruto is absolutely gifted. Ichigo, yeah, Ichigo is gifted. Sanji, I think I would throw in the...
Here's what I got to say. So, I'm not there with One Piece, but I heard things about Sanji. This is what I'm gonna say. If anybody's supposed to be on hard work, it's definitely Thorfinn. Asta should be in between. Naruto should be in between. And Ichigo can be in between, but bro is really gifted. Like, I know Naruto has Kurama and like all of that, yeah. But this nigga Ichigo is literally every race put into one being. Yeah, he had to work for these things, but like, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? And even though Naruto had Kurama, he still had to work hard to learn these things because Kurama was messing with his chakra. So it really was harder for him to learn things because he had to get the basics down first because he couldn't like have chakra control because of the shit. And Zoro can be on hard work. But these One Piece niggas have been off they rockers in these new little chapters or whatever from what I've been hearing. And Luffy is literally the sun god, so he's definitely in between for sure. Because even though he is the sun god, he definitely worked hard for his stuff too. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion.
In between, because Sanji didn't really understand what his powers were, and he doesn't fully accept them at the same time because he knows where his powers came from. But at the end of the day, Sanji still had to work hard to unlock those stealth black genes, those Germa genes, and get that exoskeleton. He really had to work for that. So that is something that I kind of will put him in the in-between, and Luffy is obviously in the in-between as well for manga reasons.
Now there is a lot, and I mean a lot, I would change here. First off, Naruto, Ichigo, and Sanji all go into the in-between category. Don't get me wrong, all three of them were extremely gifted. Naruto had Kurama, and he was born into the Uzumaki clan. Ichigo had like every bloodline in all of Bleach. and Sanji had the Germa 66 exoskeleton.
Right.
But they had to work hard to master their gifts. Yeah, sure, Ichigo was blessed with amazing abilities because of his bloodlines, but he had to go through like, what, 6 training arcs to just completely master it? And this was over the course of several years, mind you. Asta should also be in the in-between category.
Facts.
Even though Asta worked extremely hard to be strong without magic, he was still gifted with the 5-leaf grimoire and was gifted with magical ability.
I would disagree with that because everybody looked down on anti-magic. So it just wasn't Asta having to prove himself with anti-magic being useful, arcane magic being useful, but he also had to change the eyes of everybody else around him. I mean, you literally have people in the Clover Kingdom literally trying to put Asta in jail just because of his power. I think he's in the hard work. Even if he has the anti-magic abilities, it wasn't something that people were really accepting.
Naruto literally had to change people's
figure
mind.
it out on his own, and then obviously when Naruto came later, he was able to level up his abilities even more.
Especially with abilities as OP as anti-magic. Honestly, the only people who fall under the hard work category are Zoro and Thorfinn, and everyone else should be in the in-between category.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably still leave Naruto in the Gifted, with all due respect. I think that his reliance on the Nine Tails chakra was very apparent throughout the entire series of Naruto. We even seen post-Barium mode Naruto the effects that it's had on his fighting abilities. I mean, he really relied on that power. So it wasn't like these are abilities that he gained later in life. He had the Nine Tails in him since he was a baby. This is a power that he really relied on throughout the series. So I probably would still leave him in the Gifted. Not saying he didn't work hard, but he was extremely gifted.
I'm putting Ichigo in that
fight
bitch.
That's the closest.
Alright, what fights are the closest? Alright, I would either say Deku versus Anime Asta or Meliodas versus Natsu. Let's see what he says.
Meliodas versus Natsu. I think Meliodas wins, but it'd be a hard pressed fight. Out of all these, definitely Meliodas and Natsu.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Meliodas versus Natsu is definitely, when you're talking about Meliodas having access to full counter, revenge counter, he has the ability to fight against the Demon King who has the magic power of the ruler. You have all these abilities and the commandments that Meliodas has at his disposal. He's definitely tough to deal with, but then Natsu on the flip side can burn time magic. He's boxed against a Fairy Heart Zerf. So it would be an incredible fight. I probably would give the edge to Meliodas as well, but then again, there are some Natsu feats that are crazy. It would be a very interesting fight. I would actually love to see that. So the time has come. Everyone's starting to put Joy Boy Luffy in these gauntlets. Look at who's in these gauntlets right now. I mean, you're having Super Saiyan Blue Goku.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a fire picture, bro.
I'm just seeing all of these people. Look, Gojo is in round 3. So you already know what's going on, all right? We're seeing Joy Boy Luffy. Everyone's hype about Joy Boy Luffy. So now we're putting him against the top, strongest anime characters of all time and things like that. Let's just see what's going on.
You got Joy Boy Luffy running the gauntlet. Where does he stop? And in round 1, you've got Sage of Six Paths Naruto. This right here is where Luffy stops.
Ooh. Hey. Hey, it's early. It's early. Let's continue.
This is Naruto's best form. It's got no time limit. It gives him way too many hacks and abilities that just beat the crap out of Joy Boy Luffy. Even with his Toon Force powers, he's not getting past True Seeker Orbs and the sealing capabilities that are embedded in the Sage of Six Paths mode. If this were Barian mode, we'd be talking a completely different story here. Because this form has a time limit, does not give him flight, and is way worse overall. So yeah, Joy Boy Luffy doesn't even start this one. If he'd put Devil Union Asta up first, he might have had a chance here. Because this has a time limit that Joy
might have had a chance. Okay.
Luffy could probably run out pretty easily. But as it stands right now, he's not getting past round 1.
I thought he was Swiss Beats for a minute.
Let me just say this. I'm going to hold off on what's going on with Joy Boy Luffy right now, Sun God Nika Luffy, because every chapter that we're seeing, Luffy is showing us something more amazing than the previous chapter. I mean, when we first saw him become Sun God Nika form Luffy, he was obviously going so crazy. He was ripping up the ground and blocking Kaido's blast breath. He was running on air. Everything was just ridiculous. Kaido was hitting him and he was just forming his head around the shape of Kaido's weapon. Then he was punching through Kaido's head, turning Kaido into rubber. I mean, these are things that I think would be kind of tough for Naruto in a certain form, but again, I'm going to hold off because in the last chapter, Luffy was grabbing lightning. I mean, I thought it was Zeus. I had no idea what was going on. Is Luffy lightning bending? What is happening? How is Luffy grabbing lightning? Let's just talk about that feat alone. You know how incredible your speed has to be to even capture lightning and then again try to use it in battle? And then we're also seeing the Enel comparisons online. I mean, everybody is just talking about how Sun God Luffy is so powerful, but I believe that if he's doing things like this, we have not even seen the greatest things of his form just yet. So I'm gonna hold off on the Naruto fight until I get to see the full effect of Gear 5 Luffy. Now you guys let me know down in the comment section below which TikToks you agree with or disagree with. Again, show love to all these anime and TikTok creators, and with that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Alright, y'all, that's the end of the video, man. Hope y'all like this. Shout out to Shonen Showdown for 100K. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. I farted earlier, bro. Y'all probably heard it. But that's out of the way. It's your boy Thunder, man. I'm out, bro.
Burberry fit. Nigga, watch your girl, I might be fucking your bitch. We don't fuck with all that talking, you can get hit. Nigga said he wanted problems, so that chopper gon' fix. We not playing that shit. Huh.